Good afternoon, Pep. It's Yaya Touré's birthday tomorrow. I'm not sure you've been told about the traditions of making or buying him a birthday cake. Is there anything planned?
Yeah, the biggest one as possible. We did it. We're going to do that. But after the game.
I know throughout the last few weeks you've talked about, or we've asked you about players' futures, and you said that comes at the end of the season. That's the conversation between you and us. Have you had a conversation with those players, though?
No.
And if you decide to let players go, will you let them say goodbye properly, or is there no room for kind of sentiment when you're trying to win things and get in the top three?
Of course, the club is going to do properly, like always, the best way to do that. But still, we are then fighting and playing for something so important for the club, for the future. So now is still terms to be focused. What we have to do.
Pep, before the start of the season, there was a lot of media around Kelechi and a lot of expectation around him. But he's not played as often as a lot of people expected him to. Does he have a future here? And where do you see his development at the moment?
Kelechi is a young player with a killer in the box. He's a player who's strong, he's fast, and he has a sense of goal. The reason why I play more or less, that is my decision, and everybody can discuss about that. But like I said before, your colleague, so at the end of the season we're going to talk about all the issues, individual players.
Pep, just in terms of the 7 players who are out of contract this summer, do they still have the chance to win a new contract maybe in these final 2 matches? No.
It not depends about if you're going to play the last 3 good matches, going to say or not. So the decision is already done. So, but and we are going to communicate it after the season, the end of the season.
But you know in your mind what will happen. May I just ask you about the players, injured players, in terms of this match against Leicester City? Is anybody fit to come back, or maybe might this be the first time that you can play an unchanged team this season?
No, except Gundogan is injured, and the other ones, Sergio training the last days. Part of the training session with us, so no, the rest are okay.
Pep, can you complete this sentence? This year, I as a coach have. What is new to you as a coach this year? What have you learned? What?
Well, was intense, was funny. I enjoyed. I expecting fight until the end. It was notable, especially in the Premier League, because in the Champions League we were not ready to compete with the best teams in Europe. But I was expecting to compete until the end, the last 3, 4, 5 games, to fighting for the Premier League. We were not able to do that because again, I think in the boxes we were so penalized to fight until the end. But I'm so optimistic in the last, of course, 3 games. We were able to qualify for the Champions next season, and I think we'll be stronger next season.
Pep, when you played Leicester in the away game, this was one of the biggest defeats you had in the Premier League. You had more possession, but they were very lethal on the counter-attack. Are you expecting the same tomorrow from them?
Absolutely, yes.
Pep, you say obviously with the games left and going for the Champions League slot, I mean, if that pans out as you would like now with 3 wins for the remainder of the season, how successful has this season been?
If you qualify for the Champions League?
Yeah.
Analyze how it was. Our season is, I am in your hands. We are in your hands, in your pens, in your papers. So you can decide, analyze how it was our season. So internally we're going to discuss since months ago we're talking about that, what can improve for the next season to be stronger team in terms of knowing the Premier League, in terms of and remain with the players we believe they can still help us a lot, and buy new players to help us stronger. So that is what I can say.
Pep, how much next season your job will change if you get the third or fourth place in the league, because you have matches?
Well, we finished fourth. We're going to the Champions League. Like this season happened, and when we play against Steaua Bucharest, and we are third.
Well, I mean, this affects the way you manage the team. At the beginning of the season, there is something that changes if you have important matches before, or?
No, but then the preseason already done. We go to United States to play tough friendly games like today. Before in the friendly games of preseason, it was just to prepare. Now you go there, you have to make a good performance there. So, but of course, when we have already qualified in the first third in the Champions League, we're going to prepare and arrive at the first game in the Premier League ready. And it doesn't not happen. We're going to prepare the first game, especially for the private Champions League. So when you play the private Champions League, it happened in my first year in Barcelona and in my first year here. It becomes the most important game of the season. And if we are not able to do third and fourth, we're going to prepare to the first game in Europa League.
Do you have a prediction for the next Champions League final?
Will be tough but that will be nice. So Real Madrid is a strong team. He's comfortable in this competition. But Juventus and Turin, we cannot forget, there's 2 times in the last 3 years in the final of the Champions League. Experience, players, history, club. So will be a beautiful final.
Okay, take questions.
He is like Sergio. He trained part of the group the last 2 or 3 days. Yeah.
Take questions in Spanish. Just in the middle, please.
Hola, bones. Pel que has vist durant tota la teva trajectòria, creus que els mercats...
From your experience in Spain and Germany, do you think it is more difficult to sign players as a Premier League club, maybe for the amount of the transfers, the inflation? Well, basically you pay more. People nowadays is not stupid. Here we have a big television contract, there's more money, so teams pay more. And I would say it's more difficult, it's more expensive, but in Spain, it would be the same. If any team wants to sign an important player, it's going to be really expensive because this wall of transfer became crazy nowadays.
Hola, buenas tardes. Dos cosas. La primera, ¿qué buscas?
So, first question, when you put in the same lineup Gabriel Jesus, Kun Aguero, what's your goal? What are you looking for? Well, more goal than when we get to the box, score more goals. And the second question, what do you think about the Champions League final? Do you think football owes Gianluigi Buffon a trophy? Well, maybe, but there's also Atletico fans will think that the competition owes them a trophy. Everyone might think that the competition owes them something, but I would say football gives you and takes you things, and I think both finalists deserve to be there. They knocked down really good players, and my only wish is that the best wins the competition.
Equipos muy fuertes, la Juve eliminó a Barcelona, el Madrid eliminó a un equipo tan duro como Atlético de Madrid, son bien merecidos que ganen mejor.